Rick, you tied you guys' highest points in the paint total for a game this season at 76. How much of an emphasis was that going into it, and what did you like about the execution actually getting there?
Yeah, it was a big emphasis to get to the paint, and when you got a team that plays this fast and are so good at getting the ball out after you score and so good at answering back, the added challenge is that if you do score in the paint, they get it out so quick, the guy that scored is behind the play. And so, you know, we talked about that and went through that in our prep before the game, and I think it helped us some. But these guys play lightning fast, and you know, if you're just looking to trade threes with them, you know, that's likely a losing formula. But the combination of getting to the paint and getting good threes off paint penetration, it has been the best thing for us all year.
Thomas Bryant's first start for you guys. What can you say about everything he gave you tonight?
He was great. He was great. I think 22 and 8. Played efficient, played smart. You know, seemed to always be at the right place at the right time. Had a couple of important putbacks at key moments of the game. And he brings a real positive energy just as a person out there too, along with being a heck of a player.
I just to keep going on Thomas. How did you see him kind of, I guess, evolve over the course of the game? It seemed like just even in the pick and roll stuff with Ty, he was figuring out, okay, when's my time to shoot, when's my time to pass, when's my time to go. I mean, how did you see him sort of pick up on things and kind of learn what his role is in those actions over the course of that, and you know, continually do the right thing?
Yeah, Thomas is a smart veteran player, and he's played this position for a long time and played with a lot of great point guards. You know, he played with John Wall and, you know, Westbrook and, you know, some Hall of Fame guys, you know. So he's very adaptable. And when you're in the league 9, 10 years and you've been with some different teams and you've had to learn new systems and new players, you become a very resilient player and a very adaptable player. And that's, you know, that showed tonight.
Just to keep on the adapt, how did you guys feel like you adapted just to playing without Miles as a whole? I mean, it seemed like just from the beginning, you guys had to kind of withstand that, figure out how you were different without him, and it seemed like you guys had a pretty good sense of that offensively and defensively. What do you think you guys just sort of handled well in terms of getting used to that on the fly?
Well, you know, when you have a backup 5-man who's also a stretch 5, you can do a lot of the same things. You know, Thomas took 4 threes, made 2 of them. You know, Miles, on average in a game like this, would probably take you know, 3 or 4 or 5 threes, and so, you know, a lot of the stats probably comparable. So, you know, it was very timely. I don't know that we win the game without him, and you know, let's hope Miles is doing better. I mean, he's having a great year too, and we obviously need him.
Prior, obviously, to getting a little bit sloppy in the third quarter, just what did you like about what you guys were able to do defensively? Obviously, held them under 50 in the first half. Just what stood out to you guys about just, you know, how you kept the ball out of the paint and how you guys were able to handle it?
Well, we were doing plenty of good things, but Chicago is a team with a nasty disposition. They're competitors. They got a great coach. They play an attacking style. You know, Levine has elevated his game this year to a new level. And Kobe White is a rising star. I mean, so, you know, you take your foot off the gas at all, and they're going to hit you for, you know, 5, 6, 7 points in a row, and they did that a couple of times. And so, you know, it was timeouts, regroup, and you know, get regathered. But, you know, look, leads are hard to come by in the NBA. Everything is so competitive now. Playing with leads is a challenge. Particularly in today's NBA, where teams just keep speeding the game up and playing faster and attacking more. So, you know, we had some struggles in the second half with that, but ultimately we did enough good things to close the game out.
First and foremost, Thomas, about what time today did you learn that you'd be starting in this game?
I learned right before we had our little walkthrough, and in the afternoon when I came in, and some of the coaches told me that I probably would be starting today. I believe Miles was a little sick.
How'd you have to shift your mentality playing with that starting group as opposed to the bench lineup you've been playing with for your time here so far?
Just making sure I'm following all the directions that my teammates are giving me, man, and following what coaches want, what the coach want out there, and just trying to execute as best as I can for my teammates.
Would you playing with Halliburton for that much time? How easy does he make the game for someone like you? What did that do for you today?
Oh man, he makes the game so much easier for everybody, and the constant vision that they have, that they put on him, especially defensively when we're on offense, he creates so much stuff for himself and for us, and he's so unselfish to where he just makes the game so much easier for anybody that's playing with him.
This was 76 points at the paint, tied you guys a season high. What kind of emphasis was that from the coaching staff today, and what did you think of you guys' execution in that department?
It was a really big emphasis. We really wanted to try to attack the paint and and get easy shots. I believe, getting into the paint opens up our three-point range a lot more for us, and I feel like we executed that the right way today.
You talked about playing with Tyrese. It seemed like there was a couple kind of throwbacks he had with when you were on the pick and roll that you passed off, gave a dribble handoff to somebody else or anything like that. And then you hit a couple after that, a couple of threes. Did they tell you to take more of those? It was at any point in this game was like, hey, Thomas, that's your shot. That's the shot I'm teeing up for you.
Some of my teammates have told me that, but for me, I want to try and, get the offense fluid, try and run the offense. You don't want to take 5 seconds into the shot clock, a shot right then and there. We can get that any time that we want, but we have to try and make the defense move, get our offense executed, and whether I get the shot or somebody else gets the shot, we get an easy shot and an open one. That's the main important thing.
Well, to keep going on that, what are you looking for there? I guess when you're picking and popping and you're open at the top of the key, what tells you take the shot? What tells you pass it off and move it along?
We got the defense going, and they're in rotation. They start to get a little mixed up out there, and I get an open shot on the second or third time coming around. My teammates are confident in me to make that shot, and I'm confident myself to shoot that shot as well. And I couldn't do it without my teammates out there giving me the confidence and telling me to shoot those open shots when I get them.
How important was it to get that first one when you got that kind of coming around, like kind of elbow jumper off that pick and roll? When you hit that first shot to get into this thing, just how much did that kind of give you confidence to get you started there?
No, it gave a lot of confidence. When you get your first shot, you want to try and make that first shot so that way you see the ball go in the hole for a second. But no matter what it is, whether I'm scoring, rebounding, playing defense, I try to give that infectious energy no matter what, whether I'm scoring or not. So, and as long as we get the dub and we win, that's all that matters. You've
talked before about feeling like this team has accepted you very quickly and tried to make the most out of your game very quickly. I guess tell me a little bit more about that. How has this team embraced you and just made the most out of what you can bring to a team?
They'd embraced me so much just from when I first stepped in, of just trying to get me into the offense, their defense, and communicating with me throughout the whole time. Being with guys like Pascal, Tyrese, Andrew, TJ, everyone down, Obi, everybody, Walk. Everybody accepted me to be a five-man to come in here, give the infectious energy for the guys, and try and build something that they were doing before and put me a part of it. This team has success before. The main thing I wanted to do was just try and build more success for the team, and with them accepting me so much in that area, man, it just really means a lot.
Pascal, you guys tied your season high in points in the paint today. What did you make of that emphasis you guys had and how you executed in that way?
I thought, we knew we had to attack the paint with those guys and just kind of force the issue down there. I don't think they don't protect the rim, very well. So we just try to do that as much as we could. It worked tonight. So I think that's who we are, basically. We got to be that every single night. It just shows that we're playing with force and we're attacking downhill.
Thomas Bryant starts first time this season. What did you think of the way he fit in with that starting group?
Yeah, no, I thought he did well. Just playing within himself. Because at the end of the day, at that position, it's like, you're going to get some open shots. You got to, have a good feel of like when to take them or when to just continue the action. I thought he did that well, mixing some rolls and some pops, which, is super important for our team. And I thought he did all that well tonight. Kudos to him, coming in there, being the starting role, that's not easy. So he had a great game.
What do you think you guys need to do better at holding some of these big leads? It feels like they get chewed down or eliminated a lot.
I don't know. I think, obviously, you know, when you have the lead, it's easy to just kind of relax. But knowing, you know, the type of team we are and how much emphasis we've been putting on defense for us, like, we can't relax, you know. We got to keep these games, have the same principles and the things we want to do for 48 minutes. You know, that's what the great team, you know, the great team does. So the great teams do. So I think we gotta fix that. We gotta fix that for sure.
It's just prior to that stretch, prior to that comeback, I think you guys held them to 44 in the first half, something like that,
Yeah.
18 in the first quarter. I mean, just what stood out to you about what you guys did to build that lead defensively?
Yeah, no, I thought we was playing well. Obviously, like just talking, helping each other, and you know, we know how dangerous they are on offense. They want to play fast, especially the first 8 seconds. Just want to attack quick. I thought we helped each other well. We sat down and guarded. You know, I think they also missed a lot of shots. You know, which is like that happens, but. You know, I thought it was a good effort, and you know, we let it slip away a little bit, but you know, we just got to keep building on the good things, correct the things we didn't do well, and yeah, we'll be all right.
Just as effective as Thomas obviously was, I mean, when you playing without a guy like Miles, it's got to be an adjustment. And what did you feel like you guys had to adjust just to make up for him not being here? What did you think you adjusted? You know, how do you think you adjusted well?
Yeah, no, I think obviously we miss his rim protection. You know, he's another guy out there that can alter shots. Obviously, we know he can shoot the ball, and he's a voice also for us. You know, been in the league for a while. So, but I thought, you know, next man up. You know, next man mentality, and you know, Thomas came in, and I think he did well. He did some of the things that Miles do for us. You know, made some threes, and you know, was just playing hard. So yeah, I mean, obviously we want Miles back, but I thought we did a decent job.
Just one thing Rick said, one thing Ty also said was that Thomas has just brought a lot of energy. I mean, not just tonight, but in general. It is certainly that he wants to be in this situation. He gets an opportunity to play a whole lot more than he was where you know, in Miami previously. What stood out to you, in not just in terms of tonight, but just the total contribution he's made on the floor, but also just as a
yeah, I mean, I think he knows that there's a real chance out there. You know, you get to get some minutes, you get to play with a group that, you know, just wants to play, you know, good basketball. He has a chance to come in, play hard, bring energy, set screens, and then you're gonna get open shots too. You know, I think it's like as a big or someone that wants to play that position, like it's a dream. You know, so I think he's getting an opportunity and he's taking advantage of it, and that's what he has to do. And I think obviously, like, you know, for someone like him, it's like you're playing for us, and you want to make the best impression you want to, but also you're playing for all the teams also, like, just because you get to play basketball. Like, you don't get to do that before you come to a position where you get to play. And I think for us as hoopers, we just want to be out there, and I think he's one of those guys, and I think, you know, he's happy to be in that position, and yeah, man, like, he's helping us and doing an amazing job.
Maybe got a little bit closer than you wanted there down this stretch, but to get up by 34 is just a continuance of what's been a really high level of play. What do you sense enabled that tonight?
Yeah, we're just defending at a high level right now. Our offense is our offense. You know, we know we can score against anybody. We're doing a great job defending. It allows us to play in transition more. You know, I think that's really where the jump has happened for us. We're doing the thing on the defensive end, and that's what's opening up everything offensively.
What stands out to you about what's made that happen defensively?
Yeah, getting Andrew Nemhard back has helped a lot. You know, he's an all-league defender. He's been guarding the toughest matchup every night, and getting him back has been really big for us. Obviously, Miles didn't play tonight, but TB stepped up. You know, we've just been really taking a step on the defensive end, and obviously we're still waiting to get, you know, our second best on-ball defender back. So, you know, it's good to get guys healthy, and I think we're just playing the right way.
When you think about a stat like you've trailed for just 6 minutes in the 4 games here in 2025, I mean, what does that say about the consistency that you're seeing right now in the high level of play?
Yeah, I think we just went into these games locked in, you know, playing the right way. You know, we looked at the start of the new year as, you know, a fresh start for us as a group. Obviously, the end of 24 and just the, you know, first whatever how many games this season that was weren't great, and we knew we wanted to get back to 500 and get beyond that. So our goal is just taking it one game at a time, continuing to be the best version of ourselves.
One of the better nights of the year was out in San Francisco a few weeks ago. You've got Golden State coming back here. How do you replicate a night like that?
Yeah, it's got to be able to defend. We know last time we played these guys, Steph didn't, you know, make a ton of shots. We made it hard on him, but he's Steph Curry, so got to be prepared for that. You know, you game plan completely to guard him, and we got to do the job there, contain it, around the court, and offensively just continue to be who we are.
16 and 13 for Tyrese Halliburton. We'll go back to you, JJ.
Sorry, since you're icing right now, how'd you come out of this one? How'd the ankle feel you were playing?
Yeah, I obviously didn't feel 100%, but we're in a good flow right now as a group, and I want to be on the court, so that was a good one for us.
Thomas Bryant finds out today he's starting, fills in with you guys as the starters pretty well. What'd you think of what he did today?
Yeah, TB is just, man, you got to love having a guy like TB on your team. The energy he brings, the professionalism, give me, and 12 Thomas Bryant's just in the fact of just his energy and willingness to do the right things, so he's a professional. We knew he'd step in, play the right way today. I thought he did a great job defensively. Obviously, what Miles does, anchoring our defense, I thought TB stepped into that role well, made shots for us, and did a great job of, when a shot wasn't there, playing to the second side, making their defense work. So, big game for him.
How do you think what was it like just creating chemistry on the fly with him, doing pick and roll stuff?
Yeah.
Run a lot of pick and rolls with him. It seemed like it was pretty effective. It seemed like he also passed up some shots that Miles probably would take. And,
yeah.
What was it like to kind of work through that chemistry on the fly with him, and how did he handle that?
Yeah, I think it's when you get implemented into a starting group, especially a group that's been together for so long, you're just trying to play the right way. You don't want to mess up the flow of things. So he passed up some for sure to play the second side, but that's okay because, a lot of those shots at the top of the key, we know we can get those throughout the course of a possession, but when you make defenses work side to side, we know we're tough to guard. So I thought he did a great job of just continuing to, play the right way and, fitting in and just trying to be himself while also fitting into what we do. So I thought he was really good.
At some point was it that he hits that first shot, that kind of, right side elbow jumper to get going there, and just to get him started, to get you guys started, and to show them they're gonna have to defend them. Just how important was that shot?
Yeah, well, we know when we knew kind of coming in without Miles that in pick and roll we could probably expect Vooch to stay with the ball more. So my job was just to keep dragging Vooch out, see if he would ever leave the ball. And they kind of corralled blitz, and that left Thomas hoping to do what he does. So, if we know he's gonna make shots through the course of the game, and then they got to guard him, and that opens things up for everybody. So, I'm most confident in him.
It's 76 points in the paint. I guess was that something that was an emphasis to start with? I think you scored a bunch last time in Chicago. How important was that, just to keep getting it in there and attacking them? Yeah,
just emphasis on a nightly basis. We know we're at our best when we're getting points in the paint. Obviously, the reason we had a lot of success last year was because we were the best team in the league at points in the paint. And the games that we've lost this year, it's the discrepancy between paint touches and not. What the points per possession looks like on paint touches versus non-paint touches are pretty dramatic. So we just wanted to make an emphasis to get downhill, and that opens up everything.
What do you think you guys need to do better to hold these big leads? It feels like a lot of them get a little too close.
Just mature, take good shots offensively. It's when you're up by that much, it's easy to fall into the trap of, let's score, let them score, so we can get up and down, highlight plays and stuff like that. It's the nature of being a basketball player, right? But we just got to do a good job staying disciplined and also putting good film on there, because when the game looks like that, you go into film tomorrow, and a lot of it is from that run. And, sometimes it's the first group, sometimes it's the second group, but it doesn't matter who it is. We just got to, mature, play basketball the right way, and guys will be rewarded.